1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Week 3, jamming.
Jamming. Yeah.
Jamming.
Jamming. Oh, good. Good stuff. Okay. An LPCC with 3 years of practicing after licensing with LGBT community. Our population is now working with a trans client. In or out of
Seems
scope of practice
great.
or competence?
In both, right?
And
Or I think it would be in their scope of practice and their scope of competence.
yeah, for sure.
I would think that, but I also don't know the nuance well. So I think they know better than I do about whether that's in their competency. It seems like it would be. And if it's not,
Yeah, from
it
the
seems like it
one
would become really
sentence.
clear really quickly if it weren't.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You've been working
Okay,
in a
want me to read this
hospital.
one? Oh, you
Oh,
go,
go for it.
Vanessa. Okay. You've been working at a hospital for 15 years as an LMFT in cases of domestic violence. Now you are seeing a battered woman, Kathy, at a free clinic as part of your pro bono work. The client does not have medical insurance, so you offer to get them some free samples of Prozac from the hospital. You know from extensive experience that 20 to 30 milligrams of Prozac would help your client to move on with their life. Moreover, you want to help because you know the medical system in the US sucks. True, but is it in your scope of practice and or competence?
No,
Mm,
that seems like a big no.
That seems so risky.
I know. It's
I
like
would never.
before
So
licensure, maybe I'd be like, yeah, Kathy, like clients have such great luck with this stuff. You should try it. Not that I would ever recommend that, but like,
Mm.
yeah.
so would this be like I see how it would be both, but would it be more so like on one side than the other? Like scope of practice?
Yeah. It would
Would
be
it
in
be
the
Yeah,
scope of
practice,
practice,
I
I would
think.
think, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
because the two different. Okay.
Yeah.
My mind like started spiraling on this one. I'm like, what if Kathy is like somehow has allergic reaction to Prozac and then dies, and then it's like, oh well, I gave Kathy like that could go so bad.
Totally. That's why I mentioned licensure, because it's like I wouldn't have thought twice about it if I weren't licensed, but then it's like,
No way, I'm not gonna be liable for that.
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I can write the
Wait,
third
we
one.
are recording, right?
Yeah,
No,
we
no,
are
okay,
recording.
sorry.
And just in the
Oh
sake of
god.
time, I don't know if we need to fully read them all, but if we just like, if you scan it,
Okay.
it's not enough
Yeah,
of
we can.
time.
Yeah, we could do
Okay,
that.
good idea.
Very nice.
Oh.
Number 3. Hmm. This one kind of,
Maybe scope of competence.
but not practice.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't think practice, just because it's specifically about PTSD patients. Training survivors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that as a clinician, they
Like
have competence to handle humans in a tough,
like trauma.
yeah, acute, because this is
Yeah.
like acute. This doesn't seem, it's not post yet in my mind, but
Right.
whatever.
Mhm.
So it seems like they would have the ability to like comfort and care and be
Mhm.
there. And
Yeah.
it's obviously not a part of their practice. So
Agreed.
Yeah. I don't think this is like a huge red flag, but it's like they could probably be working with someone better, but
yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe
Yeah.
this would be an opportunity for the practitioner to like offer some pro bono stuff.
Consult.
So there's no risk. Like I'm happy to support you until you can get in with a whatever.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. But
Like
also
more
like
of a short term.
Yeah.
some sort of consultation and supervision can be done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking some supervision.
Cool.
All right.
Next one's 4 more to go.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming if I'm not competent, deciding what.
So we're assuming that the clinicians are not competent.
Yeah. So we have to choose between consultation, supervision, training, or referring out.
Yeah. I think consult on the first one.
Yeah. I mean, this definitely is not like a referring out thing. Like,
Yeah. Because unless no, just low self-esteem, social anxiety, and performance. If it were like a specific thing, then maybe. But
I agree.
yeah,
I
like,
think
yeah,
consult.
I agree. Okay.
Because they already have all that experience.
and then maybe a consult would tell them that they need a training on a particular thing, and then it seems like the practitioner could either assess whether the training would be adequate or not, and
Mm-hmm.
refer out would be like last resort.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
kind of
I didn't even
confused
see
why they're
supervision.
not
That's cool.
competent.
What's that?
I'm kind of confused why they wouldn't be competent because it's like they've already worked with lots of different aged kids. And so to me, like, I think this therapist would actually be a pretty good fit for them, even though they haven't worked with that specific
I read it the
age.
same way. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, wow.
This one
Next one.
made me uncomfortable reading it.
Yeah.
I'm still reading it, sorry.
It's okay. I mean,
Wow.
what I think is like the first right action is do what's best for the client, get the client a provider. Um,
Yeah, I feel like they would need all 4.
right.
Yeah, agreed.
Good point.
Yeah.
Like, definitely refer them to someone who is competent and
And is it racist?
isn't racist.
And get your
Step
training
one.
on that.
And then get some training, get some consultations, and get your supervision going.
Get some help, okay?
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, but I agree. I think first and foremost, get the client what they need,
Yeah.
which is obviously multicultural,
Yeah.
competent therapist.
I felt so bad reading this, and I was thinking, how is this person a therapist?
I
Like,
know, right?
or this clinician? I was just like, and then I was like, okay, both and like, I guess, but I was like, I just found myself judging this like fake like clinician
Therapy.
so hard. Yeah,
This
I was
fake
like,
therapy.
I did. I was like, I guess own it and then work with it until it's work with whatever needs worked with. But oof.
Yeah, like how do you get through this amount of education and like just the school that we're going to? I don't know. It's like, and you're still racist after that?
Yeah.
Yikes.
And you're
I
still
Yeah.
mean, this clinician surely isn't from CIAS.
Obviously.
yeah. I don't think they've ever been
Add
to
some
the
more
area.
judgments and assumptions in there. Yeah.
Well, what kind of
Okay.
like frustrated me, like really quick side note,
Yeah.
like when
Yeah.
we were doing the readings and how the additional readings, it was like the multicultural one. I was like, I don't know, I was so triggered reading all of that because
Mm,
like it's bizarre to me to think that this was something or like to be multiculturally competent, like how it wasn't a requirement at one point. And
totally.
so it makes me
Yeah.
think like, okay, this clinician probably was doing their schooling, whatever point that was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's what it made me think of because I was like, wow, no way, Jose.
That's
Yeah, you're like,
interesting. You
what
should
am I
say that.
reading?
Yeah. I was
I can't
just,
even.
what's that?
I just said I can't even imagine not being multiculturally competent
Well,
in
I'll
where we are.
continue what I was about to say is I'm headed back to Indiana for my birthday and my cousin's wedding at the end of the month.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like getting real with myself about what it's going to be like in the Midwest and
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
The
just,
shift.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I too can't imagine having like a super binary lens or having like strong biases or prejudice and or this strong like I used to be surrounded by in the Midwest and like now I'm going
Mm-hmm.
home to it and I'm just like
Yeah.
I just had this super like beautiful heart-opening weekend
yeah.
at the retreat and now it's like
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go home to my entire family who is all white. Like I'm the only Asian. So it's like it's just
Mm.
interesting having grown up with that and then going back to it with my Russian partner. So it's like you're gonna be I can't wait to experience that and just kind of like, okay,
You
It sounds
better.
heavy.
it is, it
Yeah.
is. I hope it doesn't feel that way, but just at large, considering what is happening, it's gonna be a thing.
You
Yeah.
better
Oh
protect your
man.
fingers.
I know, right? Get this and get this. I just thought about it. The gift I got her is a knife, is a chef's knife.
Oh my god.
Vanessa.
The knife
Uh,
is gonna go flying at this point.
I know, right? Yeah, I know. Oh,
Oh
so funny.
man.
Okay, a couple more.
Alright,
Thanks for
two
indulging
more,
that little
right?
side note. Yeah, number three. This just seemed like a complete shift to me that I was like just thrown off by it, going from severe and persistent mental illness to child custody cases. Like,
Hmm.
yeah,
I think definitely, I mean, therefore, this person would need to receive training for sure. What to do first, the training,
yeah.
um,
Yeah.
and then we can proceed the way that it says supervision and consultation.
You don't think they should refer out first?
Um, well, it seems like they're going to be receiving training regardless, since, like you said, that was a really big shift. I don't think they would immediately start seeing anyone.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I was kind of assuming that they were in this example, and I was like, that's
Yeah,
strange.
I was also thinking, like, wait, did it say anything like
Yeah.
that?
But yeah, even after the training, some really good supervision.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Hmm.
supervision because, children is a whole different ballpark than severe and persistent mental illness adults.
Yeah. And even
Okay.
after the consult, if they talk to their supervisor and the supervisor is like, no, you're still not ready, then again, like refer out until you're like
Yeah.
dialed in.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
last one.
Last
Function
one. Oh, I think I actually missed this page.
is treating homeless person with a hair. Interesting. Which was hmm. I think consultation and supervision.
Yeah, at first I wanted to be like refer out, but it's like I think you're right, Gio.
I don't think they necessarily, yeah, like I'm trying to think of, the reasons to refer out and everything. And I feel like because this clinician has had at least the experience with working with all of that many like different populations, I think they just need to kind of do some more consultation and supervision about like what factors, like what can entail with being like homeless and
Mm-hmm.
the the impacts it has. But other than that, I think they could still be competent enough to help, especially because of the heroin addiction.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the clinician's already working with addiction.
Yeah, with substance abuse and all of that jazz.
Yeah, I think it would take something like pretty strong in the consultation for them to like
Decide
need,
to refer out.
yeah, because
Mm.
otherwise they could either get subsequent training and definitely supervision, but
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine. But like you said, Gio, I'm trying to think now, like what could come up in the consult that would be like, oh yeah, no, I'm not like equipped due to the nature of being
Yeah.
homeless in some way.
But
Because
it does say
like
that
there's
they've
just a
worked with,
curiosity. Like
mm,
what'd you say? What's that?
sorry, I kind of interrupted you.
Oh
Sorry.
no, the timing is kind of like off.
It does say they've worked with like different races and different classes. And so it's
Yeah.
not like they've only been working with like rich white people. So maybe
Right.
they are more equipped with like diversity of population.
Mm-hmm.
I think like as something else that pops up, like say they get into maybe the reason why that person is homeless and it involves any other sort of abuse or PTSD, then I
Mm.
think that's when I would be like, okay, maybe I can help you right now with the heroin addiction part, but also maybe bring up these other parts that I would not be adequate in like helping with, and maybe yeah, receiving more training, or I guess in the supervision or the console I can see whether referring out would be the best scenario.
Yeah.
My hope would be that they like are equipped to deal with those things though, because
Right.
that's like
Yeah.
I think trauma and substance abuse are often like really connected.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
definitely.
they have experience with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, great.
Alrighty.
Yay.
It was fun answering all these questions with y'all.